There's been lots of confusion surrounding the recent shakeup of the telecom sector in China, and we're going to break that down for you, not only explain what's going on, how the stocks have been impacted, but also how you can make money. So Patrick, I know this has been kind of confusing, and the stocks are down across the board in the telecom sector. Explain what's going on.
Right, again, to review, the Chinese government is taking a massive restructuring in the whole telecommunications industry. It's kind of, the reason why is because China Mobile has been so successful. They've been such a dominant franchise and brand, and they want to, quote unquote, promote competition, which in the Chinese economy means you do it or you're going to get, sent to a gulag. And so what happened was the Chinese government said, you're going to buy this company, and you're going to buy the assets of this company. So it's been talked about a lot for the past few months, and finally the stocks were halted actually for 6 days, and they finally opened, and unfortunately there was expectations were very high, and they all opened down. I talked previously about how China Unicom I think would be a winner. This was a mistake, and the reason why was my expectations, and along with a lot of analysts' expectations, that they would be a big force to kind of challenge China Mobile. And they ended up having to pay for the assets of the other companies a lot more than what was originally anticipated. Again, to review, they were forced to buy China Netcom's fixed line assets. No one uses fixed phones anymore. Everyone has a cell phone. That's something. It's kind of like a dying industry. They were forced to pay like a higher price than expectations. So, and this just made investors very nervous. And so, anytime that happens, everyone sells first and then reevaluates later. Right.
We've got lots of investors cashing out across the board, and there's all this uncertainty about what to do. So, are there ways to make money in this situation, or should investors be running and hiding?
Right. It's such a strange situation because it's so different than how things would take place in America. You have the government coming in, basically dictating what's going to happen. I think the safest thing to do is to avoid the whole sector as a whole right now. The whole point of confusion came is there was all these really high expectations for what was going to happen, and people just extrapolated this out. It's going to take a couple years for all these networks to get built out. China Unicom, China Mobile is still going to be dominant for a while. China Unicom, I think, will be a winner, in the long run, but it's going to take a lot longer. You have, China Netcom is now part of China Unicom, and you have China Telecom also, which is CHA. They're going to be a factor too, but it's too early to tell.
Okay, so sounds like we should stay away from China's telecom sector, but switching gears a little bit, if people are heading actually to China for the Olympics, looks like they have some new rules to abide by.
Yeah, Brittany, in case if you decide to go to the Olympics, there's 57 rules that you're going to have to abide by, which is, I just find very, very funny. A lot of them are, general, like no political talk. For example, if you stay with friends or relatives in Beijing, you have to register with the local police within 24 hours. Imagine if you go to a basketball game and you have to register with the NYPD beforehand. I just don't think it would happen here in America, but it just shows a kind of a cultural difference.
Right. These were just issued by the Chinese government just recently. 57 rules people should look up, I guess, before they're heading overseas. Thanks, Patrick.
Sure.
Make sure to email us your questions at ChinaWatch@TheStreet.com or post them on StockPicker.com, and stay tuned for more of TheStreet.com TV.